Hi, good day everyone. I am John Daniel Abungin from BSc 3C and I'm going to discuss about factoring general trinomials. So before we proceed to the actual factoring of the trinomials, let's first define what is a trinomial. Trinomial consists of two terms. The first term is tri, which means 3, and nomial means a single noun or term in mathematics. So if we're going to combine those two terms, trinomial is formed, which means an algebraic expression that contains three terms. So it is quite similar to a binomial because they are both polynomials. But the difference is that binomial has two terms while trinomial has three terms. Examples of trinomials are x squared plus x plus 1, and we also have 2x squared plus 5x plus 2. So if we're going to observe these two algebraic expressions, they similarly follow a specific standard form, which is ax squared plus bx plus c, where a is the leading coefficient, b is the coefficient of the second term, and c is described as the constant. Why constant? Because if we're going to put values to the variable x in the expression, the value of c does not change or doesn't change, or the values of c that will become do not change. So next, let's define what is a factoring process or factoring method. It is a method of simplifying or completely factoring an equation or a term in its prime factor. So a prime factor or prime factors are numbers whose only positive factors are 1 in itself. So for example, we have 3 and 3 is a prime number. So if we're going to determine what are the factors that 3 has, we will only get 1 and 3 itself because there's no other factors other than those two. So in terms of getting the factors of a trinomials, mostly we get two binomials. So those binomials are the prime factors that we should get. So factoring is a process by which we determine the multiples or factors that we need to get the specific or the given specific quantity. Importance of factoring in mathematics. Factoring is a fundamental method in this subject wherein some basic algebraic expressions can be brought into derivation, alternation, simplifying, etc. Because in mathematics, factoring is a fundamental knowledge for learners to learn because if you're not going to learn the factoring or the factoring process, it is hard to perform operations on different variables and numbers. In subjects or branch of mathematics like geometry, trigonometry, and especially algebra, factoring is really essential because it can help us to manipulate the variables and numbers that is given in the equations or expressions so that we can arrive to the answer that the problem is looking for. So now, let's move to the main topic for this lesson, which is factoring general trinomials. Here, we have two variations of general trinomials. So first, we're going to know the factoring process of a general trinomial which has an a value of 1, and later we were going to determine the processes of factoring a general trinomial which a value is not equal to 1. So now, let's factor this general trinomial, which is x squared plus 2x plus 1. So our first term is x squared, which a value is 1, and our second term is 2x, which b value is 2, and our constant or the third term is number 1. The first step is that we're going to identify the values of b and c. So we have identified it earlier that the value of B is 2 and the value of C is 1. So we completed the step 1. So let's proceed to the step 2. In step 2, you're going to figure out two numbers that both add to B and multiply to C. This just means that you're going to think of two numbers that if you're going to add them up, the sum will be the value of B, and if you're going to multiply the two numbers, the product will be the value of C. For example, so aside from the given trinomial that we have earlier, we have here a definite example of the value of B and C. B is equals to 6 while C is equals to 8. So here we choose numbers 5 and 1 as factors. So we're going to determine if it satisfies the condition that if you're going to add them up, the value of B will be determined, and if you're going to multiply them up, the product will be the value of C. So now let's add them up. 5 plus 1 is equals to 6. So the value of B is satisfied because the sum is 6 and our B value is 6. Now we're going to multiply 5 times 1 is equals to 5. So here, as you can see, the value of C is not satisfied because the value of our C should be number 8. But the product of 5 and 1 is 5. So we're going to think of another two numbers that could satisfy both conditions. Okay, next slide. We have here another set of numbers that can be chosen as our factors for B is equals to 6 and C is equals to 8. So here we have 2 and 4. So if we're going to add them, 2 plus 4 is equals to 6. So the value of B is satisfied because we come up with the sum of 6 by those two numbers. While if we're going to multiply them up, 2 times 4 is equals to 8, which the value of C is satisfied or determined. So 2 and 4 are the factors that we are looking for in step 2. So now, let's move on to the given trinomial earlier. Now, let's move to our original given equation, which is x squared plus 2x plus 1. This expression is classified as a perfect square, which means it is just a squared binomial in the form x plus c quantity squared, where x is the first term and c is the constant. And if you're going to square it, you're going to arrive to the same general trinomial. So the answer for that general trinomial, or the factors of the general trinomials, are x plus 1 and x plus 1 because it is a perfect square. If you're going to perform the same procedure that we had earlier for the values of B and C, which are 6 and 8 respectively, it is also okay to this kind of equation, which is a perfect square. But it's going to take a long or a period of time before you find the factors of this equation. So if you're going to find an expression that is a perfect square, you can just label it in the form of a square binomial, which is x plus c quantity squared. So here, our factors are x plus 1 and x plus 1, or we could just simply write it as x plus 1 quantity squared. For the last step in our factoring of a general trinomial where a is equal to 1, so you have to use your numbers from step 2 to write out the factors. Since we had determined the factors of our given equation in step number 2 because it is a perfect square trinomial, so the factors of that are x plus 1 and x plus 1, or x plus 1 quantity squared. We're going to determine or write out the factors of our given values of B and C earlier, which is B is equals to 6 and C is equals to 8. So the factors for that, or our chosen numbers, are numbers 2 and 4. So if we're going to write out the factors for that, we had x plus 2 and x plus 4. If you are not really sure about the factors that you have found earlier, you could just check it just by simply multiplying the factors. So if you multiply them and you arrive to the original equation that you're looking for, so the answers or your factors are correct. Now let's move to the factoring of our next variation of a general trinomial, which has an a value that is not equal to 1. So we have here an example of that kind of general trinomial, which is 2x squared minus x minus 6. In our first term, 2x squared, our a value is equals to 2. Our second term is negative x, which our b value is negative 1, and the last term, negative 6, is our constant. Step 1. Identify the values of a and c and multiply them together. So our value of a is 2, while our value of c is negative 6. So if we're going to multiply them, our product will be negative 12. In step 2, you're going to factor and replace the middle term. So this just means that you're going to factor the negative 12 we had earlier as we multiply a to c. So we have negative 12. So find the factors of 12. So we have here negative 4 and 3. So why negative 4 and 3? So why 4 is negative and 3 is positive? Because we also have to consider the sign and value of our b in the middle term of our expression, which is negative x. So if we're going to add the factors of negative 12, which are negative 4 and 3, we will arrive to the middle term of the expression, which is negative 1, or the value of b, which is negative 1. Now, we're going to rewrite the original equation as 2x squared negative 4x plus 3x minus 6. So that concludes the step 2. Now, you're going to split the new polynomial down the middle and take the GCF of each side. So we have arrived to a new polynomial, right? Which is 2x squared minus 4x plus 3x minus 6. So you're going to cut it in half. So we have here 2x squared minus 4x and 3x minus 6. So now let's take the greatest common factor of each binomial. For the binomial 2x squared minus 4x, our greatest common factor is 2x, because if you're going to divide it by 2x, it is divisible. So you're going to consider the factorability of the new polynomial, so that if you're going to extract the GCF, it is a lot easier. So 2x squared minus 4x is equals to 2x. So 2x divided by 2x squared is x, while 2x divided by 4x is equals to negative 2. So our GCF here is 2x times x minus 2, or the factors rather. So we have the other half, which is 3x minus 6. So our general or greatest common factor is 3. So we're going to extract 3 from the binomial. So 3 quantity, so 3 divided by 3x is equals to x. So put the x there. 3 divided by negative 6 is negative 2. So combining the terms, 3 times x minus 2. So our GCF will be x minus 2 because both binomials have arrived to the common factor of x minus 2. Step 4. Identify the factors. So this is the last step for this kind of factoring general trinomial. So as we have our first half and second half, we're going to add it. 2x times x minus 2 plus 3 times x minus 2. So if we're going to write out the factors, we will get 2x plus 3 times x minus 2. So that's how you get factors for a general trinomial whose a value is not equal to 1. Again, if you're not sure about the factors that you have got, you could check them just by multiplying them to each other. And that concludes our lesson. Thank you for watching this video about factoring general trinomials with variations of a is equal to 1 and a is not equal to 1. I am John Daniel Abungin from BSc 3C and I am your math teacher. Now, teacher will leave you 3 general trinomials for you to practice. So try to solve for their factors. Thank you. Bye-bye.